It's Monday night at 7 o'clock. Time for Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton. With me tonight is Rick Fletcher. And Rick, I just flew in from San Francisco, and boy, are my arms tired.
I think that's exactly what you needed, Jerry, because, well, I guess the planes weren't on time. Is that true?
Oh, no, they wouldn't. Yeah. Oh, it was awful.
Well, I got to ask you, how were the TSA lines? Were we able to get through okay?
San Francisco, 9 minutes.
Okay.
Cincinnati, there was only like 8 people in front of me.
All right, so you didn't have a problem.
No.
All right. So,
none whatsoever.
All right, so it's been 3 weeks since we've been on the air. A lot's happened since then. This week, we got a few items that we're going to discuss of interest. We're going to talk about the baseball team. They're off to a 3-1 start. We'll talk softball. They're off to a 3-0 start. Also had a little scheduling snafu that we'll get into that. And our guests tonight are going to be Robbie West and Brooke Cox. They are the new cheerleader coaches. Debbie Moore is also a coach, but Brooke and Robbie are going to be here to discuss what's in store for the cheerleading squad. And Jerry, I love the cheerleaders because I was once a cheerleader. Back in college.
Back in the day?
Back in the day. Now, that was a lot of years ago. I'm not counting them because I stopped counting at 45. And so we won't add any more years to that. But I'm going to ask them about getting guys as cheerleaders, if that's going to be on the agenda, because I would love to see that. Because I think it adds a lot.
And I'm going to stir the pot, and that's my favorite question whenever the cheerleaders are, the cheer people are on. Is it really a sport? I'm going to ask that question. We'll see what the answer is.
Well, we'll get into that with the ladies here. Appreciate them coming. Tonight we're only on YouTube. Somehow our Facebook connection, I don't know if we got booted out, if we said something wrong. Maybe we violate their premises of operation.
Well, it might be so many people watching it couldn't handle it and crashed the system.
I don't know. We'll get that figured out.
We'll figure it out.
While we were gone, Jerry, Michigan won the NCAA championship.
Yep.
Well deserved. They were the best team.
Convincingly.
Yeah, there was a convincing win.
And on the flip side, UCLA absolutely destroyed South Carolina.
Yeah, they were a dominant team. Yeah. And, South Carolina, they've been right in there, for the last few years. They've won some championships, but good performance by the UCLA women and the Michigan men. So they're your NCAA champions, and probably everybody's bracket was busted. That usually happens.
Yeah.
Kind of local, Braylon Mullins from UConn, Greenfield Central graduate. He's played right here.
Yeah, he played at Northeastern.
Yeah, they played here at least once during his career, and we've been down there a couple of times. We broadcast their games. So we like to think, I'm not sure, but we'd like to think maybe we had a little bit.
Yeah, we probably did.
With his success.
No doubt.
Yeah, probably not, but we can always claim it. Jerry, you've been gone all weekend.
Yes.
You go from time to time to these referee clinics or whatever you got. Tell us about it. What goes on there? Why are you there, number one? Who are you working for? And, tell us about the process and what goes on.
Well, I got a phone call about going out to San Francisco for Refology.
Okay.
And which is a training program that the NBA, WNBA is starting to, that process of trying to involve into their officials.
Okay.
And it's really a fairly advanced thought process. And Don Vaden, he was the former supervisor of officials for the NBA, worked in the NBA as a referee, worked the finals, still very, very connected to the NBA officiating department. And then Sherry Rusey, who used to be the director of officials for the WNBA, she is now, they just hired her as a training person for the WNBA. They've had so many, complaints over the
Sure.
Here past.
Nobody ever complains about the referees,
no,
do they?
No, it never happens. So they invited me to come out, and watch referees, evaluate, try to put this into it, you know, and we did. We had like 40 officials out there. And
Now these officials come from where geography? You know?
geographically, they're from Vancouver, Canada, down to San Diego.
So
Pretty much West Coast.
West
yeah.
Coast, and their experience level would be what?
A lot of them are probably high school to maybe a JUCO
Okay.
type thing. And so, and a lot of them are wanting to move up into a pro atmosphere.
Okay.
And so they come here to start learning the pro mechanics thought process and stuff like that. The big factor that goes into this is, I mean, we have one out there 17 years old.
Wow.
Pretty doggone good, too.
Working probably high school games,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Now, do you have to be invited to this camp, or you sign up and pay a fee?
It's a sign up
Okay.
and pay a fee type deal.
Okay.
But, you know, some of the other clinician people that they had out there, I go out there for the TBL and USBL to look for new officials to put
Because
them
you
into
got
our
in,
pipeline.
in the league that you are, I guess, I don't want to say commissioner.
Yeah,
but,
no, it's officials, observations,
right.
and,
Yeah.
and all that. So we always are looking for new officials.
Right.
And, you know, and out of our group, 27 of the last 36 hires into the NBA G League have come through our group,
Okay. So
which is pretty doggone good.
That's a good pipeline.
And we now have 3 working in the NBA playoffs this year.
Wow.
So,
that came from the league that you refed
yeah.
in. Okay.
And so, which is DeRosa, Nagy, and Goldenberg,
Okay.
all the 3 that's in this year.
Now, making it to the NBA as a referee is like making it as a pro basketball player. The odds are slim.
Well, the odds are worse.
Yeah, I would think they would be.
I mean, you got like 84, 85 NBA referees.
yeah, not a lot.
No, not a lot.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so we would go through all that. Then they go out and work games. You know, they work in 17U high caliber stuff. I counted one game there were 17 dunks.
Okay. In this weekend, and what
Yeah.
you guys were officiating games.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were evaluating these officials.
Yeah, evaluating the officials, and then we break down one of the officials that worked the NCAA Men's Final Four called in, and he spoke for about an hour.
Okay.
You know, about his experiences of officiating and getting to that pinnacle of working the Final Four. So it's a giant training thing, you know.
So let me ask you, of the 40 officials that were at this clinic
Uh-huh.
that you were at, what's their hope? You know, where do they want to get into the basketball league where you're at, which is kind of a
Yes.
minor league?
Yeah.
Get into
the ones that want to move up,
yeah.
that's where they want to go.
That would be a step for them.
Because here's the thing, you want to get these young people before they develop bad habits.
Right. Gotcha. 17 would be a good time to
17 is
snag
a great time
'em. Yeah.
before they develop bad habits. And we got one kid right now who's 20, and he is absolutely really good.
So that's young, because a lot of
young.
these guys, you know, your late 20s, early 30s, if you're going to make it to the big time, you know, it's going to be, you know, 30s probably or somewhere. So the league that you are part of, the basketball league, which is a pro
Yep, it's a
basketball league, is it your goal to send these guys up to like the developmental league of
Yeah.
the NBA,
Yeah.
which would be a next step for them?
We want that's our goal.
Okay.
Is we want these young referees to move up.
They're
that
all
ladder.
kids, Jerry, at
Yeah,
this
we're all
point.
kids. We want them to move up the ladder.
Okay.
And that's our ultimate goal, is to get them, and then I get free tickets to go to the Pacers games and
So
and stuff.
they're grinding. These
Yeah.
guys are grinding. This is how, you know, you've heard of minor league baseball's
yep.
players grinding. This is referees in basketball
Same thing.
grinding. right
Same
here.
thing. I mean, back when I was working, I might be in Yakima, Washington, on a Friday night, and Saturday maybe L.A., and Sunday in Vegas.
Yeah, a lot of cheap hotels and McDonald's if you can get that far, or crackers.
Flights
the cheap flights to get. But when you get to the NBA, it's all first class.
That's right.
That's what you're shooting for. Well, how does as a referee, let's say there's somebody. I mean, these types of clinics happen over the country.
Yeah.
As a referee, if there's somebody watching us and they want to get involved, how would they get involved?
Well, I mean, the easiest way, obviously, is to send me an email here at the school.
Okay.
That would be the easiest, which is jmiddleton@nws.k12.in.us. That would be the easiest way to start figuring out. And if you're just looking out, you can Google minor league basketball, or you can go to Philly Ref.
Okay.
And they have all kinds of camps and stuff listed there, and contacts for minor league sports and all that.
All right. Well, my suggestion, folks, because a lot of this is it's who you know.
Yep.
That's the way the world goes. Jerry would be a good contact because he's got some contacts, and they can at least send you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
With an introduction.
And even if it's not basketball, you're talking football, baseball,
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So
So if you're interested in reffing, give Jerry a call, and you never know what can happen.
Never know.
If you have an interest and you want to put yourself out there, again, you're grinding in the beginning, hoping for the big. But these guys get paid, as they go along. I mean, a lot of guys that's how they make their living.
Yep.
Is,
Absolutely.
Reffing ball games. Well, it's interesting, Jerry. Appreciate you sharing that with
Sure.
us. So we probably ought to take a break and get ready for our next
all right.
segment.
When we come back, we'll be talking cheerleading on the Knights Broadcasting Network. At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
When the professional's vehicle gets sick, they go to All Around Auto Repair and Sales, located in Fountain City. Their SAE certified technicians work on foreign, domestic, and those fun diesels. Work van not feeling good? Or maybe the family car? And don't forget about the weekend warrior. Go to All Around Auto, 408 US 27 Fountain City. It's good medicine for your car.
Looking for some good local barbecue? Well, look no further because Ann and the Pigs has arrived. We got tips, ribs, chicken, and our fan favorite pulled pork sundae. You hungry yet? Well, check out our website at annandthepigs.com to find out where our truck is located next. And if you miss our truck, don't worry, you can cater with us year-round by using our website as well. Ann and the Pigs, bringing tasty where it's needed.
Do you have a big event coming up soon? Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Being aligned with the Better Homes and Gardens brand brings with it a unique approach to identifying, marketing, and servicing distinctive homes. We know that your experience while buying and selling your home is as important as the homes being bought and sold. That's why our affiliated agents are passionate about personalizing every part of your real estate experience to ensure that every moment is distinctive.
In this market, finding a home you love and actually closing the deal is a cause for celebration. And it all starts with a competitive edge from First Financial Bank. We'll get you pre-qualified fast so you can get your offer in first. We even offer programs with low down payment options and reduced closing costs. Plus, our friendly local team is always here to help. A bank that's ready to help you find a home and a reason to celebrate, however you choose to. That's First.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and Rick, cheerleading coaches are on tonight. You know what that usually means? That usually means that there's a train derailment coming. Somewhere in this conversation, it's going to go off the rails.
Well, we can't assume that. All right. Normally, for some reason, Jerry, and I don't know why this is, when we have volleyball players and cheerleaders, it always goes off the rails, but it's a lot of fun because you never know what's going to come next.
I almost want to say, please be careful in opening the overhead bins, as things may have shifted in transit. So, all right, here we go, Rick.
All right, well, let me introduce to you, we have two new cheerleading coaches, Robbie West and Brooke Cox. Ladies, appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I got to say, off air, Robbie's nervous, all right? Let's just get that out on the open here. She's said she's nervous. Brooke is cool and calm as a cucumber. She's obviously used to handling the public. That's probably the case. So, hey, no big deal. We're here to have fun, and we want to hear about cheerleaders and all that kind of stuff. Brooke, let's start with you. All right, you're new. What's your background and how did you get to be a cheerleading coach at Northeastern?
Oh, okay. Well, I've been cheering since middle school. I went to Richmond.
Okay.
So,
That's okay.
Switch sides here.
That's okay.
I cheered in high school, and then I also cheered at IU East.
Okay.
And last week was Nationals in Daytona, so my memories just popped up on my Facebook. We went to Nationals and competed down at the band shell in Daytona.
Wow.
So good experience.
You were a cheerleader on that IU East court? Oh, wow. So what was that experience like?
It was a lot of hard work, but so rewarding to actually be there. We got third place.
Okay.
In our division.
Okay.
But it was really fun to cheer, and then you look over while you're in a stunt, because I was a flyer, and I see the ocean, and I just think, man, I wish I was there right now. And then you would be back down in your stunt. But it was a very great learning experience on the competitions of things. And then I coached middle school at Dennis before.
All right, so will our girls ever end up in Daytona? Should we put that out there for them?
My goal is to get a D1 cheerleader out of Northeastern.
Oh, okay, that'll be a great
and
great
I think
accomplishment.
we have potential.
Yeah, we have had some in the past.
I believe this might be our first year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We've had, I can't think of the name.
I don't.
But she was at, I believe, at Xavier.
Oh, that's,
Nice.
no, it would have been Butler.
Butler, yeah. Villanueva.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway.
We think there was somebody out there. Well, obviously,
Who
our,
I'm trying to recruit, by the way.
obviously our research department has been off this last couple of weeks, so we don't know that.
It's usually off all the time.
Okay, Robbie, so tell us your path to getting here. There's a path. Everybody's got a path
Everybody
to
has a
end up
path.
here, so tell us about yourself.
Why I'm here.
A little bit.
I, too, cheered all throughout school, but
Okay.
I have been the middle school cheer coach for the last 5 years.
All right, so that's quite a challenge, I'm assuming. What kind of challenges are there for middle school coaching? Because you got young girls that are growing into themselves, and now they want to cheer, and they want to fly through the air and do all
Right.
kinds of stunts, and you got to make sure they're alive when they're done, okay?
Right.
So tell us
Well,
how that is.
I've always said that middle school is the sweet spot because I get them when they're very, very young, and then I let them leave when they've matured a little bit.
Okay.
So I get them at that ripe spot where I can really teach and get the basics.
Is the goal at middle school, so this is interesting here to me, is the goal at middle school is to prepare them to be a high school cheerleader?
Yes,
Is
that's
that
the
the
biggest-
whole
that's the
thing?
biggest goal.
All right, so would you guys, do you have, so there's a new middle school cheer coach
Mm-hmm.
gonna be, someone I'm assuming you guys know?
Stay tuned.
All right, well, you guys are on the inside, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell us yet, but do you have communication with them? Like a basketball coach might talk to the middle school basketball coach and try to do, is that stuff going
Yeah,
on there?
we actually just met with her today
Okay,
to review things for tryouts and, basically hand down, you want middle school to kind of follow high school. So
Okay.
handing down ways we did tryouts and packets, handbooks, all of that stuff. So everyone is all on the same page and their expectations follow into high school as well.
all right, so Robbie, you were middle school coach for 5 years, and now is this like moving up, or how did you happen to get an interest in being a cheer coach, or?
Well, last year was actually supposed to be my last year coaching, but I felt like the high school program could use my help.
Okay,
So
so you're taking one for the team, not for the big
Basically.
paycheck,
Yes.
I'm assuming, right?
that's
Is it?
definitely what's happening.
Jerry, you got some questions, I know.
Yeah, I've been down to some of those, the girls were getting ready down there to start practice, and it's like herding cats down there in the middle school, I'll tell you. So, the biggest question everybody always brings up, and I said I was going to bring this up, is cheerleading a sport or is it an activity?
Well, you've attended some of our practices and practiced
Yeah.
with us, so
Yeah.
you could probably speak on that. You've thrown
But
out some
you're our
cheers.
guest, so we're asking you.
We're asking you for it. And it's I would say 25 years ago or 30 years ago, way before either one of you were in high school, I'm sure.
Or even born.
Or even born. It wasn't. It wasn't that. There wasn't the flying. There wasn't the stunts. There wasn't.
It's come a long way.
It's come a long ways. As the old saying goes, it's come a long ways, baby.
Yeah.
Back in the I forget what commercial that was off
70s.
of. But yeah, but
That was a 72, Jerry, last time that commercial. So.
yeah, but it has changed.
Our girls put in a
bunch.
lot of work. They
Yeah.
condition. They hit the weight room. Our girls put in a
So
lot of work.
is there a workout routine? Okay, so if you're a football player, let's say, and you're a football mom, okay, your kids are in the weight room. How about for the girls,
Yeah,
for the cheerleaders?
they will be in the weight room in the summer 1 day a week.
Wow.
Because in order to do those stunts or tumbling or hit sharper motions, you have to get strong. And the only way to do that is to get in the weight room. I used to do it in high school. We conditioned, and we will be coming up with a workout plan for them to follow. And I don't know about her, or Debbie, but I plan to work out with them because I think it shows accountability as a coach to participate.
So you're gonna.
And also, I just that's my reason to work out that 1 day a week. So they will be conditioning in the weight room, one practice.
Well, okay, so now this is leading off to another area here, but like, they going to do wind sprints or all that, or just in the weight room?
They there's conditioning at
Depending on how
practice as
practice goes, right?
well. There are some expectations, and one rule I do always follow is if you drop a girl in a stunt, you all run.
Oh, wow.
And that's the only way to avoid dropping her in the future.
Oh, boy, you guys are tough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's an average practice look like? Okay. So we're talking about this being a sport, and I agree. I think it's a sport, especially, there's competition, cheerleading. You see that going on. You were like at IU East, you were on a competition team, I'm assuming, right? That's what got you there. What are some elements of that make it a sport? We've mentioned flipping, stunts, and all that. Go for some of the things that you expect your cheerleaders to accomplish.
So we are, in a way, starting from ground zero and rebuilding the program with
Okay.
new coaches, new expectations, new rules, new fun.
Okay.
Trying to bring in some fun. Right now, starting, it will be reviewing material. Past cheers and chants. They will be attending camp where UCA, it's college level, comes in to teach routines. They teach stunning, and then we will also be practicing those stunts. Tumbling's involved, so that's where I guess it is a sport on that aspect. You have to have the routine. You have to have a schedule and a plan, just like a coach would for basketball.
Well, we've arranged for tonight. Jerry's going to show us a couple of these tumbles.
Oh, beautiful. I can't wait to see your back tuck.
Of course,
What do you want me to do?
Of course, he hasn't slept all night.
I can't go very high.
You see that toe touch.
That would be
okay. That's a little difficult.
You're asking for a lot there.
So, Robbie, in the past, and I mean past, it's probably been 3 or 4 years, we had some boys involved.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan for that? Anything?
Brooke has boys planned.
Okay. Well, tell us about it, because I was a
You're
cheerleader.
gonna give away all my surprises.
Well,
The fans are gonna know what's coming.
Well, let me, because I was a cheerleader in college, okay, and I thought, why don't we got okay? I say, like, football players who don't do a winter sport.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you cheerleading? Or
I
doing
would
something?
love to have some of the boys join the team, but since none tried out, I do plan on recruiting some from the student section to come down to either stunt the girls or do something fun with them, because it just brings in that different aspect and that fan interaction that I think we could use.
Yeah, I would be a very strong advocate of boys, and not just grab them out of the student section, but have them part of the team. All right, you're on the team now. You're going to be at the workouts. You're going to do all this,
That's a goal.
all this kind of stuff. I mean, is that a thought plan?
Yeah.
Right? Can you guys, Robbie? Let me ask you. Can you guys go into the school and start picking them out and say, "I want you to be a cheerleader"? Start recruiting.
I think so.
I'm new
Definitely.
here, so I don't know
Oh, okay.
anyone.
I
Well,
think
this
we
is a
can
good way
make it
to
happen.
learn today.
Yeah.
Learn.
Drag her with me in there.
Well, I mean, let's face it, with a lot of this, that's what it's going to take is recruiting, okay? Because, especially if you're a guy, you're not thinking, oh, cheerleading, I'm going to be a cheerleader. That's probably not their normal mode of thinking. Whereas if you guys come up and say, we need some guy cheerleaders, not only to stunt, but to do the yeah with the we don't do megaphones anymore, do we?
I have a
We
megaphone.
All
got
right.
megaphones.
Well, the pom poms and when the band is playing, know the dance routine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
by the
no,
way,
I encourage
okay?
it.
So
So if there's any Northeastern boys watching, reach out, because we will include you. And I think it's important because there are male cheerleaders in college level.
Well,
Absolutely.
ESPN, when they started doing the high school cheer championships and the college cheer championships, brought a whole new light to cheerleading. Whole new light. And, the schools with boys on it, schools without. I mean, it was the divisions that they set up like that. And when the boys are tossing flyers, now we're flying. I mean,
Now, flyer to us is the girl that gets up high. Usually the smallest girl on the squad because she's easy to
Yeah.
jump. So I don't know what your terminology is, if that's correct terminology.
Yeah, you're right. It's a flyer.
Flyers, stunners, and base.
Is that what it is?
Dang, Terry,
See, right here, a coach, your assistant coach. He wants to be.
I'm telling you, he's been to my practices.
Well, no, Jerry could be the guy. He can go recruit him now, okay, and bring him into you guys, and you'll turn him into top-notch cheerleaders. And so, all right, how big's the squad? How many? Because you've already picked your squad for next year. All right, so tell us about the squad a little bit. How many cheerleaders?
We're excited.
All right, so tell us about them.
We've got 15 girls.
Okay, now does that include JV and
Yep,
varsity?
total,
Okay.
and we have 9 on varsity and 6 on JV.
Okay,
But that, as we know, we cheer together
Right.
at football games, so it will all be included or an inclusion. And then basketball, obviously JV cheers for JV.
Right.
But during varsity timeouts, we typically will go out together.
okay.
And I think that's very important for JV and varsity to be together to, work on as a team. It's not just 2 divisions. You're together still.
Robbie, let me ask you a question since you've been the middle school cheer coach. If you're a young person, I'm going to say person because male or female, right? And you're in 5th, 6th grade, I guess 6th grade, is there 6th grade? And you think you want to be a cheerleader, but you're a little kind of timid and you don't want to, kids have a hard time putting themselves out there, right? I want to do this, but I'm more comfortable being back here in my shell, All right, what would you say to that person? Say, come cheer, how would you do that? What would you say to them?
I don't expect at the middle school level to be, say, at a high school level.
Right.
So my standards are a little lower for 7th.
Because you're just starting out.
They're just starting out,
Right.
basically.
Okay.
I consider them just little babies
Okay.
when I get them.
I bet you that goes over big. Yeah.
When they realize the improvement that they've made in the 2 years that I have them, it's worth it. I don't, so like I said, I don't expect high school level, but I do need to see some sort of potential. And
how about progress, getting better?
there should always be progress.
Yeah.
Always be the transition between 7th grade and 8th grade's huge.
Yeah, when I was my kids played sports. I was happy with progress. All right, you want to see them get better
Every year.
Yeah, every year, but at the beginning of the year, you're better at the end of the year. That type of thing. All right, Brooke, let's talk about high school kids. Now you're a 7th, 8th grader. You're an 8th grader, and there's a big high school next year, and I want to cheerlead, but you know how kids are. They're shy. They don't want to put themselves out there, but you want to encourage them. And as a cheerleader, you're putting yourself out there. You're front and center. So what would you say to that person? Maybe they haven't cheered, but maybe they have potential, because that could happen.
Yeah, we actually had an open gym the week before tryouts.
Okay.
Just because as new coaches, we wanted to see who would be interested, and I understand that, that could be as someone who hasn't cheered or has cheered, having different coaches could be a little bit intimidating. But I encourage, if you're interested and you haven't cheered before, or if you have and you're not sure, am I going to make it to high school level, we will have another open gym prior to tryouts next year, and
Okay.
probably a couple of them.
Okay.
That was a feedback that we got from girls was, we wish there was just more than just one. And I think that could have recruited more girls or boys to show up
Yeah,
to the
remember, we're
to
going to
those
add
OPGs.
boys to our conversation here, okay? Because we're trying to get boys under. I want to see boys, all right? Because I think, and not just boys to hold the girls up, but boys to do the dances and to do it all, because I think it adds a lot.
They'll be the loudest when they hold the megaphones.
Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Nope, that's we encourage, come to the open gyms before tryouts, and then like you said, we obviously didn't have any males come to the
Right.
tryouts. But if you are interested, hopefully we don't have to recruit you out of the student section. You come to us first because we would love that.
Is there a possibility here that you can develop a cheer for Rick and myself that we can use to bring us in for basketball games?
Yes.
Oh,
See?
that would be
That'll
pretty
be a
good.
challenge.
It's
For
almost
the
like,
girls.
Ed
And-
McMahon, here's Johnny, you know.
Yes.
And
We'll come up with a routine.
No, what we'll do,
Yeah.
we'll record it,
Yeah.
and that'll be our introduction
Yeah.
on
Oh,
our live
beautiful.
stream. You know
Yeah.
what? We'll be talking, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have our people talk to your people.
Yeah.
And we'll get this
Perfect.
worked out.
Football season's not that far away.
Mm.
Yeah, it's it's right around the corner.
It's right, yeah, 2.5 months, so really 3 months.
Yeah.
And football's starting. It's crazy. So on the game front, I'm assuming that the cheer will be at all the football games and probably home basketball games, maybe with some exceptions here and there, because I know there is some crossover, some schedules where the boys might be playing on the road and the girls are at home, and everybody's trying to cover everybody, just like Rick and myself, you know, trying to do one sport
Be
here, another
everywhere.
sport here and here, and, you know, 5 days of setup and tear down is brutal. But what's the plans on that?
We'll be at every football game.
Football's pretty easy because
Yeah.
there's only
Right.
Friday night.
We'll
and-
be at every boys basketball game, home and away.
Okay,
And then we plan on doing girls home
okay,
games.
all right. And if there is a young man out there, should they come see you?
Yep.
They
Yeah.
wanna, and you'll take them in right now?
Oh, yeah.
Or
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
see if they have, they gotta try out, right? They gotta have some potential, or will you groom them? Make them up?
Well, we can
think we
mold
can
them into the
work with
cheerleader that
what
they
we
want to
need.
be. Yeah, yeah. We also plan, this is new, or I think new, but few of the home or away football games JV will be going to that are schools that are closer by. I know
Okay.
that hasn't been a thing in the past, but I believe that you should be at that game because it's only going to get you stronger and more aware.
Yeah.
So, and not all away JV football games, but at least closer schools nearby.
Yeah, all right, that'll be great.
Yeah.
That, the more they do it, the better they'll be, right? 'Cause
Exactly.
that's what you wanna see, is you want,
Put in the work.
you
put in
want
the time.
progress.
You got anything else for the good of the order before we head to break?
Are we done after this?
Yeah, what is
We're
it?
done after
You guys
this.
have been on for almost.
Oh, well, fundraisers.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
we gotta
yeah,
hear about the
yeah.
fundraisers.
Yeah, a fundraiser that hopefully, fingers crossed, gets board approved Wednesday will be our T-shirt selling. We will have a link provided on the website, and parents will be sent out, but to support our girls and support the team. This will come in T-shirt. You can pick that, long sleeve, crew neck, or a hoodie. And I believe, well, the prices vary on that, but this will be from Thursday, April 16th until April 30th. So make sure to support your cheerleaders.
It looks like they spelled it wrong.
You know, Mark Word
It's
said the same
cheer.
thing.
Well, great minds think alike.
Mark Word said the same thing. He
Well,
said,
all
"You didn't
right,
spell it
so
right."
you guys, I know you have a presence on Facebook. Do you have
Mm-hmm.
other social media? And tell us what they are, okay?
Well, you don't say, Rick.
Yes, I don't say. Go ahead.
We do have Facebook, which is Northeastern Cheerleading or High School Cheerleading. We are on Instagram as well as Northeastern High School Cheerleading. And I plan, because I'm fun like this, we have a TikTok page. And
Okay.
I have plenty of TikToks.
So we'll be seeing those
Planned.
TikToks.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
All right,
That's how
well,
we get to get it
there
out
you
to the
have it.
people.
Well, it didn't go off the rails, ladies. It was awesome. We got a lot of information. I can tell you're enthusiastic. I mean, this is good. You got to be enthusiastic, Jerry. It went well.
Expect a good year from us.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll look forward to it, and I'd love to see some guys out there.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of my thing. You
Trying.
know, so good luck with that. Hopefully, somebody will come forth. Ladies, appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
this
you.
is Brooke Cox and Robbie West. They are your new cheerleading coaches. Debbie Moore is also an assistant coach.
Yes.
She's been on before. We've had Debbie before, so she's home watching, I'm assuming. So
Well, so from cheer, we'll move on to a little bit of baseball. When we come back, you're watching Knightline Live. Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
So I recommend Dr. Johnson all the time over the years. Many people have come to Dr. Johnson for my recommendations. And if people live 50 miles away and they tell us they have this problem and they're going to have an operation, we say, no, go see our chiropractor, Dr. Johnson.
We're dedicated to great results just for you. Johnson Chiropractic.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
L&S Lumber Hardware and Supplies in Greensfork. Walk into what a hardware store should be. Filled with Valspar paint, Red Ryder wagons, generators, old Milwaukee power tools, and DeWalt power tools. Animal feed, lawn and garden supplies. Make sure you ask about our pole barn packages. L&S Lumber, Hardware and Supplies in Greensfork.
We would love to invite you to Life Spring Students, our youth group at Life Spring Church that is just south of Northeastern on 27. We meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. You can grab some pizza or a snack from our cafe and then hang out with your friends until 7 p.m. At 7, our student band leads us in some worship through music, and we have a lesson from God's Word, the Bible. We then split into small groups based on grade and gender to apply what we have learned and pray with one another. Find out more at lifespring.tv/students.
Martin's Country Mart, US 27 Fountain City. Swing in and grab a coffee or a frazzle, maybe a fountain drink at Martin's Country Mart. We also have all your favorite snacks, bottled drinks, and of course, sweet bakery items. Plenty of accessories for dinner. And don't forget the grill menu, covering lunch, dinner, and of course, the kids' favorite, pizza. Martin's Country Mart, Fountain City.
When it comes to your home, you don't just want the job done. You want it done right. At Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, we believe your space deserves craftsmanship you can trust at a price that makes sense.
From remodeling and restoration to custom trim work, interior painting, interior and exterior doors, or even that deck you've always wanted, every project is handled with care, attention to detail, and a personal touch. Call Nate Lee Remodel and Restoration, where quality meets character.
Welcome back to Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton. With me is Rick Fletcher. And Rick, well, some baseball is happening.
Yeah,
it's been beautiful weather to play some baseball.
Yeah, we've had some great weather. But first, thanks for the cheerleading coaches.
Yeah.
They're always entertaining, and we appreciate that. Knights, busy week last week, Jerry. Very busy week. They're 3-1 on the season. Started out with a tough game with Shenandoah.
Well, it was nip and tuck, back and forth. The Knights never had the lead in the game, but they threatened to tie it, quite a bit. And it was 1-0, and it was 2-0, then 2-1, 3-2.
Yeah.
And back and forth like that. And had an opportunity to tie the game in the bottom of the 7th. And just couldn't get that timely hit.
Right.
And
so Shenandoah is a good team, and they're going to be they're a threat in the sectional. They
Absolutely.
won the sectional last year, so no shame in losing that. But Shenandoah has good pitching, and Riley Isaacs actually pitched a good ball game for the Knights.
Yes, he did.
that
He
night.
threw the ball well.
Yeah. So the next night they went to Burris and just wasn't even a ball game, 31-0. I don't know.
The only good thing about that is you played at Ball State's
Yeah,
field, which is a beautiful facility.
That's what we need here. We need that kind of facility here. But yeah, they played at Ball State, which is, again, if you've never been up there, go, because it's a nice place.
It is a nice facility.
A lot of hits, a lot of runs, and which set them up for Thursday. And Muncie Central came to town, and Max McLean threw the first 3 innings. It's pitching, okay?
Yeah.
Baseball's pitching. Starts on the mound. That's what it does. But with that game, he's only a sophomore, and he pitched 3 good innings. Started out a little slow, but he was able to come back. What impressed me about Max was he's only a sophomore, but he got a lot of behind in the count a lot, but he didn't give in and he didn't give up.
Yeah, and the other thing that happened in that ball game is the Knights had some timely hits.
Yeah.
And then in the first inning, there was like 5 errors.
Yeah, took
advantage of it.
Took advantage of bad fielding, and when they got the runners on by errors, and they were driving them in.
And it took a 5-0 lead, and then never looked back.
Yeah, so they won that game 10-0, which Mercy ruled,
Yeah.
5-inning game. Tonight they're at Monroe Central. We don't have a score of that game.
We'll try and get one.
Yeah.
But we do not have a score yet.
So
before we get off the air.
Max McLean, I mentioned his name. He was our Subway Player of the Game. So we're do that with baseball like we do our other sports. Now I am going to tell you, little trouble with the audio. I think it was operator error that night, Jerry. But
it's the first time we've ever done it outside.
Yeah.
With
So we'll get that figured out. But let's go see what Max had to say as they dumped him with the cooler. Let's go there, Aiden.
Here we go. Well, that's never happened before. All right.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I really just try to throw strikes and mix in a couple mean benders, but other than that, it's all I did. Sometimes I try to get ahead of myself, throw too hard, but when I stay back and believe myself, I'm good.
It's really out there. You had a few full counts out there, but honestly, you didn't let that bother you. You were able to get the batters out. Is there a mentality to that? You weren't always able to get it over the plate, but you were able to come back and get the outs.
You just got to hate the person at the plate and try to ruin their day. That's what I think. I just try to strike them out and ruin their day.
But you don't literally. At the plate, you got some good solid hits. You're looking pretty comfortable out there. Team's hitting pretty good. What are your thoughts as we go forward?
I think we're a very solid team this year. We're young. We have 4 or 5 young guys, and our seniors are really stepping up from last year. We only had a couple seniors last year that started consistently and bat well, but now they're all stepping up, and it's great to see.
You're only a sophomore, but you're not the only sophomore out there. You got quite a few players out there. All right, well, congratulations. You're our first Subway Player of the Game. That's Max McLean. He is our Subway Player of the Game.
Welcome back to Knightline Live. And I'm surprised you didn't get wet, Rick.
Hey, they were all having fun.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the team, Jerry. I think they're pretty good this year. I think they found Caleb Moore's playing first base. That's a good spot for him.
Absolutely.
He's built like a first baseman.
Yeah.
He made some good plays
Made
last
a couple
week.
nice scoops.
And that's what you want. Good defense. Jarrett Leitner is only a sophomore. Number one, he's a good hitter, but boy, he can play some shortstop. And Caleb Kress is another young man that plays center field who can run the ball down. That's just to mention a few. We'll talk about others as time goes on. But, these are some of the youngsters out there playing. And, you know, they look pretty good.
Absolute wheels on
and they're going to have to be good if they want to win that sectional. They want to compete in the Tri-Eastern Conference. You still got Hagerstown. This Thursday they're going to face a guy who has touched 99 on the radar gun.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes as Union County comes to town. And Saturday, Wapahani, ranked number 6 in the state. They'll be here for a doubleheader. So you're going to be tested this week, see how you are. And it'll be a good test for the night. So.
Well, we take a quick break. We come back. We'll be talking some softball and wrap things up on the Knights Broadcasting Network.
Holistic financial services and professional advice to help you manage and preserve your assets. Welcome to Private Wealth Management at Old National. Here, we provide financial planning and investment strategies from Old National Wealth Advisors and premier banking services from Old National Private Banking to help you plan for and tackle your broader financial needs. It's time to explore Private Wealth Management at Old National. Learn more at oldnational.com/private.
Your school helps shape the person you become, opening your mind to new ideas and belonging to a community. Whether it's earning an advanced degree, joining the FFA, pushing your health and wellness, playing in the band, or playing on the field. It's a safe place where everyone knows your name, and a kid can be a kid. The halls of today filled with the leaders of tomorrow. Northeastern.
You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits! The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Proud sponsors of the Knights. Did someone say boom, baby? Call Scaretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scaretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scaretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby! Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home. Rick, thank goodness somebody called time out because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app for curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
Welcome back to Knightline Live. Little softball here. Softball rolls to 3-0.
Yeah.
Could have been 4-0 tonight, but
a little scheduling
snafu as we showed up at Knightstown, and Knightstown showed up here.
And they couldn't find a neutral site in between. They couldn't find umpires.
And no umpires either.
Yeah. Yeah, are
So-
you a softball umpire?
No.
You're not? Okay.
No, I am not.
Well, anyways, maybe you and I could have just put the unis on and gone out there and umpired. We can do safer out, right?
Safe and out. Fair, foul, ball, strike. It's a simple game.
But hey, the ladies are off to a good start, 3-0. Last week they beat Daleville and Franklin County.
Yeah.
Franklin County is usually pretty good. Good young team. Talk
Yeah.
about a few players. We got Izzy Peed and Zella Cook. We're going to hear from them in a second. Played third base and shortstop, just solid. Addie Wright, she's a senior.
Yeah.
She's just a solid player. She's swinging the bat well, playing a good, solid second base. And Haley Elsrod has been pitching.
Yep.
They got several pitchers they can use, but it appears I've only been to one game. That was against Franklin County. Appears she's the number one, so we'll see as the season goes on. But like I say, that we make fun of the Knightstown snafu, but that's a big game for them. That's a conference game.
Then you come back tomorrow night and play again.
Yeah, play again. This is going to be a very busy week for the Lady Knights. They'll play. That game will be probably played Wednesday. You thought?
Yeah, I think they're going to try to reschedule for Wednesday.
Okay.
Knightstown game.
Tomorrow night they play Delta, which will be a future conference foe. Tri comes in on Thursday, Jerry, in a big conference game there. So a lot going on for the Lady Knights this week. This is a big week for
absolutely.
a couple conference games. Against Franklin County, Izzy Peed and Zella Cook. I got a chance to chat with them. Izzy had a home run, and Zella had a bases clearing double, which kind of put the game away for them. So let's go to that and see what they had to say. We're at the softball field, and the Lady Knights go 3-0 in the season. They defeat Franklin County 9-3, and I'm here with sophomore shortstop Zella Cook. Zella, you guys are 3-0. Talk about the start of this season and what it's like to be 3-0.
The start of the season has been pretty good. We came out pretty strong our first game. We've been pretty consistent, so far so good.
Well, in this game, you guys gave up. Went ahead by a few runs, gave up a couple runs. You came up, bases loaded, and you cleared the bases with a double. Talk about your approach on that at bat right there.
I feel like I come to the plate, and I'm just in my mind, I'm like, hard hit ball on the ground, nothing in the air. No striking out looking, bases loaded. I can't leave those runners on base.
Yeah, and it was a great approach. Talk about your defense. Boy, this team really nice flaw, especially in the infield. Your whole infield played flawless defense. Is that going to be an important part of your team this year? Is that the thing that's going to take it to the end?
Yes, 100%. I think our defense is really solid, but I think our hitting is going to have to improve quite a bit. I mean, we did really good tonight, but I definitely think there's more stuff we can improve on.
All right, that's Zella Cook. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're back here at Northeastern. The Knights defeat Franklin County, go to 3-0 on the season. I'm here with third baseman, sophomore Izzy Peed. Izzy, you guys are off to a good start. What's going on with that good start?
I feel like we came out a lot stronger this season and feeling more confident. And we trust each other a lot more, and we've been working together a lot better.
All right. I want to talk about your infield defense, especially when you've got yourself at third base tonight and Zella's over at short, Addie playing at second base. You guys were all stellar, made great plays. What's going into that? Is that an emphasis this year?
Yes, more of teamwork and working together and communicating a lot better this year.
All right. You had a good night at the plate. You hit one out. Well, how's it feel? I got to ask.
It feels a lot better to be back in it. I felt like I was going through a slump there, but I'm back to being myself, I feel like.
All right. Well, good luck as we go forward. That's Izzy Peed, third baseman for the Lady Knights.
And we are back, and I remember Peed last year hit 2 home runs in one game, and she was on cloud 9. We had her on. And so that was cool. It's good. It's always good to see the girls achieve some goals out of their comfort zones and and it just opens them up to be, well, more outgoing, more this, and both of them do an excellent job.
Yeah, so good luck to the Lady Knights
Yeah.
as they go forth this week. Big week for them. As far as our live streaming,
Yeah.
Jerry, we're working on that for live streaming softball. You and I will be there tomorrow night probably to check out our. Internet's the big thing right now.
Yeah, the internet is one. Two, where we can put the equipment to keep it from getting
dirt.
Dirt's
bottom
not good
line.
on electronics.
No, it's not. And our stuff got dirt on
Yeah.
it last year, so.
So we got to figure that out, and so we think we got an idea here.
We have an idea.
We're gonna see. We've got the stuff to do it, so we're just gonna try it and see.
Yeah, we'll. So hopefully we'll be at least toward if not this week, the next time
Yeah.
the Knights have softball games, hopefully we'll be live streaming some games. Going to attempt, Jerry. We don't know if we can. The sectional is at Winchester for
Yeah.
softball. If they have the same setup they do for baseball, we should be good to go
Yep.
up there. So we'll attempt that. We'll see how that goes. These are things that are up in the air. But anyways,
Well, I think that's about it.
that's it. Till
It's
next
a,
week.
it's a wrap for a Monday night, and for Rick Fletcher and Mr. Aiden back here, our executive producer tonight. I'm Jerry Middleton, and it's been another good night.